Hello and welcome to the most peaceful place where the fruiting plants and animals roam free. Thank you, thank you, thank you to all of them as they make this piece of haven very enjoyable for all. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming to Peaceful Village. Everyone. You know who I am? Michael Anfield with a thumbs up because that's what you're going to do when you watch this video all the way through. I have an important video about this guy right here. This thing right here. This is not alcohol. This is not rum. This is not whatever vodka. This is water. Pure water from Mother Nature. Right from the sky. Woo! Yeah, rainwater, everybody. And I want to talk about the water situation here, electricity situation here in the place that we are called Ecuador. So I'm Michael Anfield from Peaceful Village, Raw Vegan Healing Community, and I thank you for joining me here. So the situation in Ecuador is said to be pretty bad. Over the years, it has gotten more dry, more dry, more dry. But what I noticed overall throughout the world that there's a lot of problems that are happening, okay, pertaining to the environment. And I want to talk about these issues because I think it's very important that people understand truly what is going on. Okay, now I don't even know the full story of really what's going on because I haven't really witnessed these kinds of things and really gone into it in detail. But when many people go into this in detail, they usually take scientific studies and statistics and these kind of things that usually we don't know where they come from. They usually come from government statistics and from third-party sources which are kind of funded by government, basically from government, from society. And we want to get away from all of this kind of nonsense. We want to get away from living in towns and cities and just go back to nature. Truly, that's what we need to do. It's going to be a tough thing because we're transitioning. Okay, so there is devastating things that are happening in nature. A lot of destruction that humans are causing to nature. Now, well, I should say the three main things that are problematic, and I'm going to put them in order from the most destructive to the least destructive. Okay. Now, according to even many of these environmental groups, you can check out Cowspiracy, for example, and there are some of the interviews there where the lady, for example, I don't know, some Latina lady, saying that the most trees cut, for example, of any industry is animal agriculture. So animal agriculture, in no matter what form, I'm saying animal agriculture, organic or not, or humane or not, organic animal agriculture requires the clearing of land. Doesn't matter. It requires a clearing of land. Okay? When you have pigs, chickens, cows, turkeys, ducks, all kinds of domesticated animals, there requires a clearing of land. So animal agriculture is by far the number one cause of most of the problems that we're facing today. People don't realize and they don't connect it because they can't make the vital connections. Because intelligence, people are not intelligent. People say, oh yeah, I'm intelligent and all this kind of thing, and the humans are intelligent because they can build this, they can do this, they can do that. No. Intelligence is the ability to make vital connections. And because we cannot make vital connections to what the number one problem, the root problem of all or most of our problems, we're not intelligent beings. So animal agriculture is by far the one that contributes to the most climatic disasters in the world. Animal agriculture. People say Well, what about building roads, and what about cutting trees for furniture and all this kind of thing? These are also problems, but that is not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is animal agriculture, and also plant agriculture, like monocropping and monoculture and all this kind of stuff for growing feed to feed to the animals is a problematic as well. Also, growing food, right? Plants for food, for example, like rice, other grains, cacao, these sorts of things for human consumption or for other things like corn for ethanol and stuff like this. Doing it monoculturally, like non-organic or non-veganic, is problematic because now we need okay, so for example, if there's a demand in corn, now we need to monocrop corn, and then we need to put what do you call it, spray with chemicals and all this kind of thing, poisons that destroy the crops, that poison the humans, poison the earth, poison the animals that live there, this kind of thing. Another thing is that we need to destroy the forest and then grow the corn, for example, right? Of course, there are certain areas that maybe we can grow corn and have it a little bit more sustainable. Why is there now some? Oh, here's my friend right here. So it's not sustainable. If it's not grown organically and it's monocropped with a lot of chemicals, it's not sustainable. So animal agriculture, number one, to feed them, that's another problematic thing. Okay, that's all in the same thing basically. It's all the animal agriculture basically, right? Monocropping and monoculture for human consumption is also a problem. So that's another reason why we're losing forest. When we lose forests, it becomes more dry. So there's more droughts, and it's the land has more susceptibility to become desert-like. So there's a certification. In some areas, there's also more flooding, for example. So there's also more hurricanes. There's also more tsunamis and these kind of things, you know. So there's kind of polar opposites. In some areas, they're more dry and around the world. In some areas are more too wet, basically. But we can see that the more areas that we clear, the more lands that we clear, the more devastating life is on the planet, or life is on Earth. So that's the problem that's happening today, and that's tied in with electricity. That's tied in with all the problems that we're facing in society. We need to get out of society. We need to stop relying on governments and big mega corporations and start trying to support more smaller businesses and also doing things ourselves, fixing, upcycling, doing our best to reuse as much as possible, these kinds of things. And over time, with people's ingenuity and intuition, we come together to figure out how we can reuse and upcycle things as best as we can. So drinking rainwater, collecting rainwater is the best thing that we can possibly do. We have a 500-liter barrel of water. That is amazing. It's a huge barrel, 500 liters. We're going to add more of these barrels because eventually we're going to have more people here. And we want to collect as much rainwater as possible so that we never have to survive a drought. We always have water for washing, for cleaning ourselves, for the plants in dry season, these kinds of things. So it's tastes so much better. You know, even the pristine rivers that we have here, they're all so incredible. Yeah, they're very pristine. I can drink right from them. Of course, when it rains and it's brown and everything, of course I don't want to drink that. But otherwise, it's pure water. It's pure pristine water. And yeah, there's problems that are happening around the world, and it's mainly due to animal agriculture. Animal agriculture and buying non-organic. So whatever we can do to buy organic, that's the best thing. Now, the place that we live in, which is the place called Ecuador, there's not much organic stuff. Truly, it's hard to find organic. It's very difficult. The indigenous markets, the local markets, they all people are indigenous basically, but to the earth. But ultimately, they say that they don't spray so much chemicals. I don't know how much the chemicals that is, but they say they don't spray chemicals. It's true. If it's true or not, I don't know. But it seems that many of them are doing it monoculturally, monocropping, these kind of things, and they're putting forest after forest after forest of their products, of their plants. It's just monocropping. So that is the reality of what's really going on. I think it doesn't really, and all this stuff about carbon dioxide and methane and this kind of things. I don't know if I truly believe all of this kind of stuff. It all comes from science. It all comes from things that I don't know if it's really the truth or not. All I know is that the more we farm animals on a small or large scale, doesn't matter. The more we see animals as property, the more we domesticate non-human animals, the more trouble it leads to, the more problems it leads to. There's no benefits for having these animals, for domesticating these animals. It's more problem for human beings and more problems to the environment, to nature, right? Now, of course, the two other things that contribute to the problems of water scarcity and problems with the environment, all this kind of stuff, is, of course, the chemicals, the runoff from the oil and the gas industries and all this kind of thing that spills into the oceans and this kind of things. That's, of course, problematic too. But the two biggest other things is building of towns and cities and making them larger and larger and larger and cutting the forests in order to, I don't know why they're biting my ear, but in order to, always when I'm sitting, the flies want to bite me for some reason. But it only happens when I want to do these videos for some reason. Okay, so the other two things are basically, building the cities, building the towns. And of course now we still relying on them because we have to buy our food from there. So that's unfortunate in the transition. But the more people that help to build these communities like Peaceful Village, Raw Vegan Healing Community, the more that we can get done, the more we can have, the more plants we can have, the more fruits we can have growing, the more land we can have, the more we can start growing and all this kind of thing, and the more land we can conserve as well and protect. So building of towns and cities, we need to bring back nature and put more of nature and less and less and less and less and less and less until there's no towns and cities anymore. Just small little villages, basically, with a lot of nature, and that's it. And the third one is anything that is cut down, for example, like trees and stuff, forest, because the less forest we have around the world, the less rain we have, especially in those areas, and the less animals in those areas. So this kind of things. We need forest upon forest upon forest upon forest. We need thousands, if not millions and millions and millions, hundreds of millions of hectares of land We need to conserve as much as we possibly can with native forests. Keep all of that. But the third one is anything else that destroys trees. Right? So if we can grow other things like certain type of bamboo, clumping bamboo, that are less invasive. I know they are grass, but less invasive. We can make things from bamboo. We can make things from hemp, for example. We can make things from different kinds of plants. I heard that you can make certain things from the tops of pineapples. So there are multiple ideas, lot of countless options, instead of having to cut down forests, making stone houses, making cob and adobe buildings, yeah, these kind of things. Unfortunately, in Peaceful Village, this is wood, and because we don't have the experience and the knowledge how to build any other way. So if anybody knows how to do that, come to Peaceful Village and help us out to build ecologically, because this is what we want to do. It's a healing community. It's not already we're healed. So unfortunately, we are still in some way, all of us, all humans, are destroying in some way. And yeah, I don't want to destroy. I don't want to kill. I don't want to harm as much as possible. But unfortunately, we are so programmed, and we are so lost in life that we don't know how to live naturally or harmoniously with the natural world. And we don't know how to build structures that are environmentally friendly. So that's the thing. That's the thing. It's very difficult. Of course, there's bamboo and there's other things that we can utilize that are much more environmentally friendly, stones and things like this. But we just don't know how to build that way. And so we build the traditional way with wood, with nails and screws and this kind of things. But over time, we're going to learn how to do more things more environmentally, especially when we have the people and the knowledge to do this, knowledge and experience. So this is what I wanted to talk about, is the water situation. Please, if you're living in the cities and the towns, get the hell out of there and start living in the tropical areas of the world and start collecting your own rainwater. Why is my ear itchy? Because there's a fly here that I'm going to catch the fly and put him outside far away from me. But this is a really, really, really good water. Now, thank you. Hi, ant. How are you? Seems like this ant really loves rainwater. Woo! He knows or she knows all about rainwater. Yeah! Thank you for joining me, everybody. I'm Michael Anfield from Peaceful Village, Raw Vegan Healing Community. Visit peaceful-village.com. We need your experience. If you have experience building eco-friendly buildings, we need you at Peaceful Village, Raw Vegan Healing Community. Come check us out on our website. Fill out the appropriate application for volunteering or for guest staying or for coming as a community member, a future community member. So that's the thing. If you want to come heal with us also, you can do that. Heal with people that are learning how to heal as much as possible and have healed many, 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 many people in the past. We are delighted to have you. So thank you for joining me, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.